First fight underway, and it looks to be Italy against Australia. Some great aggression there shown from the Australian. And you can see the Australians moving towards to give some support for their teammate. There's a nice shot there from the Italian. Great blocking from the Australian, though. That's some fast movement, and that seems to be a call there. And it looks like we've got USA versus Turkey there.
Between Italy and Australia. About to begin at list number one.
Some nice work there from the Australian fighter. However, this Italian is very, very rapid. He has a nice shot to the side there and also to the leg. Good defense though from the Australian fighter.
Way to start though, baptism by fire.
Well, this is true, this is true.
Ooh, the Skye Burney from Australia there, saw getting stuck a little. Word from the marshal to the Italian about that.
Okay, great support there from the Australian team. As you can
Very
hear.
vocal.
They're very vocal, yes.
No doubt it will eventually start being chanted, Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi.
Oh, I should hope so. It depends how much mead there is. I mean,
Yes,
if there's
indeed.
one thing which could be the downfall of the Australian team at this tournament, it could be a lack of mead.
Yeah.
Sincerely hope there's enough. Okay. Okay, moving on to France versus... Okay, well, we're going in now into Australia versus Turkey. On the back of a victory against Italy there. This the Australian Skye will be very, very confident. And she's some flying shots there from the Turk, but no connections.
Because obviously there's something to be said, you know, from a single fight that we might see here, and thinking one's clearly better than the other. But if they've been training, some nice headshots and hip shots coming in.
Good shots there, yeah. Versus Czech Republic, which is turning out to be a very, very interesting competition.
We'll be able to cut to that shortly. At the moment, obviously, the round looks like it seemed to be going to Skye. At least a few good blocks by the Turkish, but it's whether or not she's able to counter with that swing, and I don't think she's got the speed or the strength behind her swings.
And we've got a very, very energetic competition between Russia and Poland in the top list now. That is in the longsword, and they are steamrolling away. Very, very impressive bout there. Of course, Russia the favourite to win the longsword. However, it's not going to be easy. There's some great competition out there.
The competition has obviously gone to Skye of Australia for that victory there. Good job to Turkey and Givicon Skye Burney versus the American that we cross to now. Well, some fantastic moves there from the American, some cross work with her sword.
That's very smart.
That's the Polish fighter in the female longsword tournament.
Is that the Polish? What are you sure that's not the American?
Yeah, I said American, the USA fighter against the Polish.
Yes, that's yeah.
Here we come down to the American versus the Australian. A fantastic block by the American inside to the arm. So the inside of the arm of the Australian fighter. She's stalking her across the field, not letting her rest. The endurance for Skye is incredible. She is known for that.
But you can see them both starting to tire, however. The shots losing the precision.
And the power, but still enough to be counted. At least the Australians seem to think so as they cheer on Skye.
That's right, a nice... I seem to be doing, from here anyway, I seem to be doing a pretty good job, the marshals, for today so far.
Yeah, very coordinated, very dedicated. Hopefully they get enough rest to make sure they're good on every single day. I'm sure they'll focus on that.
In fact, it's immensely tiring being a marshal. We've got a very, very fast action fight in the left-hand side, which you can't see at the moment, between in the sword and buckler, Russia versus Ukraine. We mentioned those two very rapid fighters earlier, and now they are facing off.
Skye not giving up, pressing in. Nice shot
great
to the
shot
head
there to the head, and that will count.
Mm-hmm.
However, there may have been a counter shot to the leg from the American. And this fight between the Ukrainian and the Russian is something quite spectacular. It's such a shame that we can't see it now.
We'll cross to it as soon.
Ha ganado la luchadora de Ucrania,
We obviously now have the second round against Italy.
And you can see a lot of aggression there coming from the Italian fighter. Slightly faster with the sword strokes, but some precise hits coming from the Australian.
Exactly. Hopefully that energy's still there, that they choose to count it.
That's right.
Ukraine has taken the gold in the women's.
And that's it, the first gold medal for Ukraine.
Category.
And obviously the award ceremony will eventually follow.
That will be straight after this.
And defenses from Skye, but she seems to have lost her weapon, which is not going to be not going to go well for her. She seemed disappointed.
Very, very frustrating for a fight.
Way of stress relief is to realize how grateful they are to be here in another country fighting in a world championship when we historically have no no place in this.
And you can see more aggression coming from the Italian fighter there, pushing the Australian back. That has been called.
And the marshal, I believe, was given to Australia.
Okay, so it's what seems pretty even here. What do you make of it?
Personally, myself, seems to be the Skye. Skye from Australia has won.
Looks like it.
It seemed to be that the Italian fighter, albeit going hell for leather, Skye had that buckler well placed for most of those shots and was able to get very precise shots straight down onto the head as a vertical shot to the Italian. And they would have been it. That would have been just it.
But still very, very impressive display from this Italian fighter, Silvia Di Pasquale, from Turin, from Team Taurus, and you can see her teammates there. She had a fight in the WMFC rules just in January. A very impressive fighter with a really bright future.
Indeed, indeed. And as we heard, the traditional...
And what's this? Is something actually been... Perhaps there was a mistake there. It was not given to Australia. That looks like a victory to Italy.
That seems really, confusing.
Well, I'm not sure what was called there, but there must have been some discrepancy.
Hopefully they'll sort that out. Skye, being as friendly as she is, very supportive, very thankful to have the opportunity to be here and fight, and obviously trust the marshals explicitly to make the right decision.
Great friendship there between those.